Welcome to an episode of Braincake. It's my voice you're hearing, the voice of Jimothy, the one and the only. He's too sweet, he's not very sour, he's very weak, and he has very little to no power.
Wow.
And I am joined along with Mr. Kiwi, the brainchild behind the cake that is shaped like brains.
I am the brain cake baker.
He's
the mama shaker.
And the candlestick maker, by God. And let me tell you, there's another son of a bitch sitting here that I can't live without. It's my good friend Gunboi. He's a savage.
This guy. He's a savage?
He's uncontrollable.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm going to get uncontrollable if you keep calling me a savage.
Oh,
that's pretty savage.
That's a pretty intimidating threat, and I'm just going to move along and keep it along the table here.
My Irish-Italian ancestors didn't come here
gosh.
Oh, no.
to be called savages.
I'm sorry.
It's Pesci.
We're sorry, Mr. Pesci.
Anybody watching
Pesci?
Yeah.
Every Italian is Pesci to me.
And last but not least, my good friend and my personal confidant, Mr. Brock.
That's me.
That is him. And I like to start off the top, gentlemen, by announcing some updates, because we're so far behind that we've never even given an update to our audience that is very loosely hanging on to our nipples. And that would be a release of the episodes every week.
A schedule.
We finally have a fucking schedule.
Oh, that's good.
We have our leftovers and our normal episodes of Brain Cake divided up into two different delicious servings.
Thursdays.
On Thursdays and Saturdays. Yes, Saturdays are when you get your delicious creamy ass leftovers that hit the floor. You better scoop them up. 5-second rule, fucking. Usually it's like a 3-month rule in this case.
Yeah.
Basically, we're all unemployed now.
That's not true.
No, I'm unemployed though. It's pretty sad.
It's okay.
I'm free to do it anytime, guys.
To do
podcast.
He's saying I'm a whore for the spotlight.
Yeah.
Please, God help.
Let me jerk off for you.
It is funny that we've yet to even talk directly to the audience. I guess it's just weird because it feels like you're speaking into the void for the beginning portions.
The only time I ever usually address the audience is through antagonization. So
yeah, we have
talking shit.
Yeah. Usually, I'm not even. I'm not a contrarian. I usually just tell him to suck my dick or something.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a heel. You're a shit heel like me.
Yeah. Dude, we discussed that. I think me and you
I'm an
discussed
abrasive heel.
Gunner is a heel, dude.
Is it Bloomin' and Doomin'?
No, it's not Bloomin' and Doomin'.
Colonel and Hans
and
Colonel
and Hand and Drugs Out.
Yeah, Hand and Drugs Out.
I like that one. I feel like Gunner's more of a heel than you are.
I mean, like, he's yeah.
I mean, I definitely feel like I piss people off more than Jimmy does.
Jimmy's like a more comedic heel, maybe.
Yeah, I'm just a piece of shit.
You're like
combative.
You're a dark heel. You're like Undertaker or.
I'm like MJF kicking that cripple guy out of the fucking Royal Rumble or whatever they had.
Who?
That cripple guy. He didn't have no arm or leg. Or the other leg.
There was a point when WWE was not PC
But he had both
at all,
arms.
right?
He had both arms.
But
there was a point when
there was a
WWE...
no-legged dude in WWE. Brock Lesnar threw him down a flight of stairs.
I remember that, dude. I remember
Zach Gowen.
that.
Zach Gowen was his name.
Yes.
A heat machine Brock Lesnar was at that time.
Wasn't it like a thing, like they kind of built it up like the no
You won't even have to feel it. You won't even have to feel it.
What was that? What is that?
That was Brock Lesnar screaming that at him before he flung him down the flight of stairs.
Brock Lesnar. Wow. If anybody ever needed a mouthpiece in all of wrestling, Brock Lesnar needed a mouthpiece.
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar.
What a fucking voice.
The gift that keeps on giving to Brain Cake, a very recurring man here on. God, don't hurt us, Brock.
Yeah,
please.
Brock Lesnar. Hey, man.
I love Brock.
Hey, Brock.
Brock
Come
is
on
my
here.
favorite WWE champion of all time, and that's been the case since fucking 2003.
But legitimately, can you imagine the fucking energy in the room if it was just us
Dude,
four and
can
Brock
you
Lesnar
imagine
at the end of the
he's a
table?
monster.
At Money in the
Dude.
Bank,
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to piss him off. I mean, definitely.
All four of us, I'd be terrified.
He could fuck all four of us up easily.
could you imagine
Just kick
how
him
that
in his
crowd
little
felt?
raisin balls.
Do what?
That crowd, how it felt at Money in the Bank? Whenever, like, it was a 6-man match, and all of a sudden Sami Zayn's beat the fuck up, and it's a 5-man match, and then, like, right at the end of the match when you think Andrade's gonna win, fucking and then Brock just comes out and grabs it and carries it around like a fucking boombox for weeks. Could you imagine being the audience to witness that shit?
Dude, imagine being the audience that seen Undertaker get his fucking ass handed to him at WrestleMania.
I don't have
ending
to
the
imagine
streak.
it. I saw that black guy.
Yeah, the one that
Everybody's
was fucking
seen that
shocked.
black guy.
Yeah.
That is the cat. That is the audience. He
Yeah.
is the audience personified in that moment.
Dude,
Yeah.
I seen a fucking clip of Undertaker on YouTube that popped up in my recommended where he was like, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I
He
shouldn't,
shouldn't have.
Yeah, saying he shouldn't have.
He should have held it over for Reigns because Reigns beat him too, and he should have retired when Reigns beat him.
I mean, I think he was saying physically. Like, he couldn't handle it.
Bullshit.
I don't know, man.
Bullshit. His best matches lately have been after that. I watched him fight Shawn Michaels in two of the best matches ever, and then I watched two sad fucking affairs with Triple H, and then I watched him get sadder and sadder and sadder. And you know what happened?
What?
Brock killed him.
Brock fucked him.
As
Brock
he does everything.
killed him.
He
And it
put
was
his
good.
dick in the dead
and
man.
It was good. And Undertaker shouldn't have done that. He should have handed off the reins to Roman Reigns. But every match since then has been better, except for the Goldberg match. Every match since then has been better than anything he's done since Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania.
Why?
Because Shawn Michaels knew how to make somebody look good, and the Undertaker was already aging. His last really good match that was good because of him was him and Batista at WrestleMania 23.
Man, WWE is something I am not all that knowledgeable about. Like, my fucking
Dude, I'm probably
range.
pissing a lot of people off. It
Listen,
don't
my
matter.
range of wrestlers that I know, I'm representing those people right now, okay?
All right.
My wrestling knowledge goes back to, like, when wrestling was what I feel like at its peak in my childhood. Whenever it was like fucking Kurt Angle and like Rey Mysterio,
Dude, that's my favorite.
Big Show.
SmackDown 6, WWE.
When the fucking WWE games were good, you know? Like fucking SmackDown versus Raw.
When the SmackDown games were good, basically, and
Yeah.
then SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah, because it wasn't like WWE 2K.
Keegan's a ruthless aggression era type of gal.
Me too, man. Me too. Listen,
Yeah.
Kurt Angle, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero.
Who?
Oh, Crispin. I said
Who?
Crispin.
Ooh,
Crispin.
Chavo.
Okay,
Chris
Crispin.
Benoit.
Okay, Crispin. Okay.
And
Crispin.
Rey Mysterio. And fucking Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. And fucking SmackDown was a fucking phenomenal show back in the day. In the Ruthless Aggression era right at the beginning. John Cena when he was a fucking full-blooded Italians member, FBI, with Nunzio and what was his name? The big guy.
I have no idea.
Hey, man, I gotta ask you guys something.
What?
You guys know wrestling's fake, right?
Oh yeah.
No, man, I had no fucking idea.
Oh, really?
My
Yeah,
heart-
How you
Fucking
guys
enlightened.
watch that
What's
shit?
that mean?
My heart is destroyed.
How you guys watch that fake stuff, dude?
No, that's
carry
bullshit,
on.
man. I saw a dude get punched, and then he stood up on his knees and he started shaking, and then he got punched again, and he got punched so many times that he fucking snapped out of it and beat another dude up. I know it's not fake. You can't punch a dude that many times and him snap out of it, man.
One time I saw a zombie get blown to bits, and he got up and he kept coming after him. Man,
What?
I can't believe that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Can't believe that was real. I'm just saying, like, it's stupid either way to say they're fake. I mean, it's obvious.
Oh,
they're
you're
all
talking about
fake.
Walking
Yeah.
Dead.
No, I'm just saying zombies in general, just as a reference. Like,
Yeah.
Just
Or
something that's
whatever.
fake. I guess.
Yeah.
it's just something that's fake. It's whatever.
I mean, it's just like a show
You could
full
be
of
like-
stuntmen.
It's like,
basically.
well, it's
Oh,
like, well, they're
goddamn,
portraying,
don't say
they're
it,
portraying
kid.
to be, they're
It
portraying
No,
to
it's
be
not.
at whatever.
That's what it is.
I wouldn't
to
No,
say
me.
that's
it's
what
fake
Vince
because I
McMahon
don't feel
wants
like
it
they're
to
trying
be.
to tell you it's.
That's
that
what
it-
Vince McMahon wants
they're
to be, is a
actually
show
fine.
full of stuntmen.
I apologize to everyone out there.
I love Mick Foley. I don't agree with the fact that he was a glorified stuntman because he know how to tell a story. All right, but this whole stuntman shit, this taking big spots and turning the whole match into a fucking showcase for those little moments that Vince McMahon started, that's bullshit. You gotta be able to tell a story from beginning to end. The psychology has to make sense. Wrestling is it's an art form.
So are you saying they should
they're
make
fucking
it
with
less
the format.
physical and more cinematic?
No, I'm saying they need to make it more physical and less cinematic. Because right now it's all about, oh, they crashed through this big thing and there were sparks. And that was the best match of the night. Because they had the biggest explosion.
Yeah. And
There's
not
no
the
fucking
most.
storytelling. There's nobody saying like, "Oh, this guy actually hates this guy," and you're going to be able to tell it because of the way he treats that guy, and you're going to be able to see this guy's struggle to try and overcome his nemesis and overcome the odds as the underdog. And there's no storytelling like
He
that.
wants to dial it back 30 years.
I want to dial it back 30 years.
It's like
Goddamn
a
right. NWA
it's like
is
a
the
bad
shit.
action movie.
It is like a bad
It's
action
relied
movie.
on just
And they
ooh,
wanna
we're
make it
shooting
a
each
good
other and
action
bloom
movie.
bloom
Yeah.
explosion.
They want
Mel
to make it a
soap
good
opera.
action movie
Yeah.
with special effects and shit, and it's not. It's a bad action movie where you got to actually pay attention to the story to make it work.
What?
What? He says, what?
I'm saying you can't get too theatrical with wrestling, man.
Well, I'll tell you something you can't get too theatrical with, and it's a funny coincidence I'd like to share with all of you that I discovered the other
Please
day.
do.
Let's hear about it, brother.
Well, there's a certain medical plan out there, and you know how there's lots of strains of those. Well, I found out there's a braincake strain. Yeah, braincake OG. And there's also an IPA braincake.
I have seen that before, and dude, no shit. Their logo looks similar to ours, and it's crazy. We did not take any inspiration from that. Just let them know.
I had no idea either one of these things existed.
I had not until
yeah, I
just
did.
now.
It's a beer, is that what you're saying?
It's like an IPA, I
Okay.
think.
It's an IPA, yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Guys,
I would like to
where
have some.
that,
Send us some, guys.
Where'd that medicinal thing that we were talking about go to?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no earthly idea. But,
And send us some of that. Oh, no, they can't send us their stuff. Never mind.
Don't send anything to anyone.
Yeah, actually, don't. I don't feel like getting anthrax in my mailbox.
oh, whoa, that's a.
Yeah.
I don't think we've had to
throwback.
worry about that for a
Hey,
while.
man.
What kind of fucking audience do we
are
think we
people
have?
No, we do,
man.
because I just enticed them to.
Are you aiming at my generation of people? What the fuck?
I guess, yeah.
Just you, Jimmy.
I don't
Just
think,
me.
Where,
I don't think people
where
use
is that
anthrax anymore.
cigarette that I loaned
No,
you earlier?
why
Jimmy?
not?
It's
Just
some
don't.
well.
Play it out.
It's just
get that
lame.
thing out.
Play it out. Let's send other stuff down.
Like what?
Like,
Bricks covered in honey.
Trying to be
they
professional.
put in your
You're over there
mailbox.
barking
letters. They
commands.
send mean
There's no
letters.
fuck. Listen,
They stop sending
sitting
anthrax.
high with the uniform barking orders, demanding orders.
They just sent a little second place trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're so sexy.
Imagine getting a second
You're
place
sexy.
trophy in the mail. How confused you
I'm
would
gonna
be.
eat your butt.
I won second
Well, get a
place
spoon.
in a martial arts tournament.
Do you know about the vitamins?
What? You won second place in a
Yeah.
martial arts tournament?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Who'd you kill?
No, I won second
Oh, who killed you?
out of two.
Who killed you? Who killed you, Brocky?
A large guy. I don't remember his name though.
A second out of two
My cousin beat
couples
the
or
toughest
out
dude
of
in
No,
the
just me.
Viper
Just,
room.
yeah, that's it.
My cousin beat the top dude in the Viper room in a one-on-one.
the Viper room? Is that the
The hazard
in
jiu-jitsu
Viper
place.
MMA?
I fought
Is that where a bunch of snakemen hang out?
Valiantly. I
Snake
drove by
oil
that place the
salesman.
other day.
Yeah, I've thought about checking it out.
Well, the place I go to is open back up, but
No
I haven't
bother,
went back
ask my
yet.
cousin to train you. He beat their toughest dude.
How do you feel about the
I feel like that's
community,
supposed to
man?
go here.
Do you feel like
It is. Somebody needs to help it along, though. It's burning uneven.
Do I feel what?
Yeah.
like the community, like of jujitsu and like fighting, martial arts? Are they open? Are they like skater kids that make fun of scooter kids, or like
Not really. I
Make
would
fun of
say not the ones
scooters.
that I've interacted
you know what I'm
with.
saying?
Scooter
show up-
I mean,
kids.
I'm saying, are they judgmental? Do they
if you
welcome
show up and you
newcomers?
want to do better
Yeah,
and you
very
do
much.
better, then you're going to fit
Very
in.
much.
You-
Though there was one guy that threw me and then like smashed me my first day, and then he was like, "I just wanted to see if I could do that." I'm like, well, you did.
Hey, at least he told you
Bravo.
afterwards,
Hey,
though.
Jimmy,
Yeah.
that's burning unevenly. Check it out.
And you know what? You gotta be somebody's.
It was fine.
You gotta be somebody's like. Every now and then, somebody needs to fight somebody lower than them
That's
to
part of it.
test some of their
Yeah.
skills. Yeah,
Both.
like offensive skills,
Yeah.
maybe. Because if you're fighting somebody who's better than you, maybe that's your time to practice your
Unless they
defensive.
just let you, and a lot of times they do let you
Yeah,
work.
yeah. But I think like everybody needs to be a stepping stone for each other.
Yeah.
You know,
That's the whole thing.
sometimes you take on a guy smaller, sometimes you take on a guy bigger. LOL. Don't make any jokes.
Big ones.
Big ones.
I've routinely gotten smashed by dudes smaller than me.
Really?
It happens.
When women.
Well, really, I
Women are
just meant
involved.
skill, honestly. Like, skill-wise, you need to...
It's skill and determination and the type of fight you're into too. Because if you're in a fight for your life, you're fighting a different animal every time.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah,
nobody's
it's
the same
definitely.
thing.
It's not at all no holds barred.
Well, they say that jujitsu does actually put bigger and smaller people on a similar level, right?
To
At
an
least
extent,
you
but I
would
mean,
have a
Brock
better...
Lesnar is still going to smash me.
Yeah.
Regardless of how good I am.
If he's stronger. Yeah.
Unless I'm literally like,
Because he could
I've
just
been doing it
lift
since
you
I was
off.
12.
Yeah.
Brock's got farm boy straight.
I wouldn't say
Farm
that.
boy street.
Oh, dude, think about like what do farmers do? They throw around sacks of shit. They're digging in the dirt.
I
They're
don't
doing
think
all
we
kinds
needed
of
Farm
manual
Boy
labor.
described to us.
Hey, I'll give you a guy who I'll tell you all about a man who has some farm boy strength if you all want to hear about him. Who likes
Oh
to throw
no, not
it.
that video, Jimmy.
No, it's not a video.
Oh
No,
okay.
this is it's a bizarre article. I would, if I could, and if I may,
Oh,
I
yeah.
would like to take you all on a J&J throwback type journey. When we would just analyze some fun little articles, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I have a fun one for you. You're talking about farm strength and Brock Lesnar, making me think of bodybuilders and shit. So you bring it up, nice transition. Bodybuilder vows to marry his sex doll after an 8-month relationship. I figure we could have some fun with this.
Okay, so we got to know...
We
Okay.
gotta know this dude's number because this is the funniest man that ever lived.
We got to
need
know
him on the show.
what kind of sex doll it is, too. Is it a robotic sex doll?
Is it just a blow up?
Is it a fucking
I don't think it
dollar
matters.
store
I think
blow-up
this
sex
dude-
doll?
I think this dude is just like the rest of us.
Is
Well,
it
not the
homemade?
rest of us. Like me, just done with women,
Well-
but still in love with women.
If you want to meet this guy, you're most likely probably going to have to go to Kazakhstan because he's a Kazakhstan-based actor. And a
Oh, never
bodybuilder.
mind. It's not funny. Now it's sad.
Why is it sad?
Brother, I've never heard a good word said about Kazakhstan in my entire life except by Borat, who was making fun of the concept that anything good came out of Kazakhstan.
But Borat came out of there.
No.
No, he says.
Yeah, man. Borat did.
Well, this young gentleman's name is Yuri Tolocho. I'm probably going to get crucified for that. Plans to marry his sex doll after a recent proposal. Yuri has recently revealed his intentions to marry his doll Margo after a passionate 8-month relationship. Yes, Margo is a silicone sex doll and the bodybuilder wants to marry her. The hunk treats his plastic bride to be like a living lady. He maintains an Instagram for her.
Oh my god.
Maintains her.
He's obsessed.
He oils her.
Well, where he documents
Comforts her.
their escapades and evenings out. So, okay.
They go
Is
places
he happy
together.
though?
As you can see, I'm
He's
showing you a
plenty
picture
happy. I
here.
don't know about her.
Yuri even claims he has found Margo a waitressing
Silicone's getting
position.
loose in areas.
Waitressing?
Yeah, he even found Margo a waitressing position at a local bar.
Oh my god.
You know,
That's what he
it
claims.
gets,
What?
it gets really uncomfortable when he
He-
says she needs to go to the bathroom and that he has to carry her there.
Oh my god.
I'm
yeah.
glad you say that.
He probably just intimidated the people there into.
Yeah.
It's a good thing
Yeah.
you say that, Gunboi, because he was talking to the Central European News, and Yuri exactly said just that. He said she can't walk by herself. She needs help.
Well, yeah, she does, damn it.
As you can see, Kiwi, you see how beautiful they are here.
Wow.
I don't believe in this. This has to be faked.
Well,
Who is this by?
This is real.
This is by
This is
CNN.
real as
I don't
fuck.
believe
Reality.
Yeah, Gunner. This is everything that's on the internet is real, okay? There was a picture of it.
Yeah, I
It
saw
has a
it.
picture.
I
You know
saw
it's
it.
real.
It looked like fucking. It looked like fucking Lars Sullivan.
I feel like
well, the
it's more
chick
of a
is very
story.
much not real. That much I can assure you. This chick is not real in
No.
any capacity.
I can't fuck a girl.
The only
with
thing
fake
real
tits.
about her is the dick and the semen that usually is inside of her from this strange bodybuilder based out of Kazakhstan.
But okay, listen, man. Is that pretty much the base of that? Is there any of that left?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there was this thing I watched.
It gets
it was.
better.
Oh, really? Well,
in my opinion.
all right, go ahead.
Well, he revealed he took Margo to a clinic, a human clinic, mind you, where professionals are.
Checking
and-
for a yeast infection, right?
Well, to get some work done, actually. Just trying to get her some I guess some sort of enhancements, or maybe trying to discuss some enhancements.
What?
It says Margo's been
titties.
pretty self-conscious about their relationship, though, and being public about it.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's a pretty common concern among silicone beings.
The devil in the dark.
He said, he told people when he presented her photo to the world, there was a lot of criticism, and she began to develop a complex. So we decided to have plastic surgery, and she's changed a lot. First, it was hard to accept, but I got used to it later on. It was at a real clinic with real doctors. According to him, they met whenever he was at a bar, and some man, I guess, stepped up to her and was being real inappropriate.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude,
That
guys,
bastard.
come on. Why is everybody around him just letting, like, how, honestly, guys, how would you feel? What would you do for me? What would your response be if I made a Facebook for me and a silicone doll and, like, started
beat the
posting
fuck out of
pictures
you,
with
Jim.
it? I wanted to
I
marry
beat the
it.
fuck out of you.
I mean,
I beat the fuck out of you. You would need it.
Well,
I would beat the fuck out of you with a
that's-
baseball bat. Like,
that's-
I'm not assuming I can kick your ass. I'm saying I would come to you with a baseball bat and
You're
unfairly beat
asleep.
the
While
fuck
you
out
were
of you.
sleeping.
and I'm not saying that's the appropriate response, but I do think in the same terms, yes, why is nobody offering help to this man?
I would think
There's no help for him.
I would think
He's got to be
it was
crippled. He's got to see that doll burnt in front of him.
I would think it was a bit you were just really committed to.
He claims she doesn't know how to cook either.
Huh?
No shit. She don't know how to cook.
Uh-uh.
Holy fuck.
Really?
And so she swears too, but there's a tender soul inside.
There are thousands and millions of souls inside from where he's ejaculated into that fucking dummy over and over again.
Like, part of me feels like this dude can't be sincere, but I just really want to believe that he is.
Yeah. I mean, I hope not.
We're gonna
I hope
pretend this is
fun
real.
and games.
I hope
Because
it's
I
real.
asked if
I mean-
it was fake, and we're going to pretend it's real.
For
That's what I'm saying.
funsies, it's
That's what I'm
real.
saying. Yeah.
For funsies, it's real.
I
But
believe it's
that's it. That's the gist of it
Well,
right there. I figured that
gist
would
of
be a
it.
fun little journey.
That whole thing made me think about this Vice documentary I watched. It was about
Straight up.
this place where it's some overseas country installed like a fucking place for sex dolls, and like it was documenting the way the competition
Wasn't that-
between
is that in
the
Japan?
sex doll brothel and the regular brothels in that town.
Is that Japan?
No.
No?
It was in. I have no idea, dude. Probably like a similar country to that one, honestly.
Maybe Taiwan.
I have no idea.
So
I can't. But like,
I've heard this story.
yeah, it was weird because I mean, as like, robots get more advanced, is that going to be a thing that's going to happen?
Yes.
Or sex workers even
Yes.
going to be robots?
Sure.
100%. Yeah, and it'll be safer. And it'll be more sterile.
But
Because you know what you can't do to a whore's vagina after you fuck it? You can't sterilize it. It's not possible.
Don't you fucking want Rosie Jetson giving you a handy?
no, because Rosie Jetson can't like.
I mean, she's got perfectly cylindrical hands.
That's true, and she has those little cute little red ass buttons.
Do you think
Oh
that's
my
why they
God,
have
what the
cylindrical
fuck?
hands? Do you
Why
think
are
that's
you
why they
fan
have
of
cylindrical-
fucking Roll 34 and Rosie from the Jetsons,
She's
dude?
got that little maid skirt on. Dog.
Oh my God, why? Why don't you just
Ow,
fantasize about fucking the dudes from Monsters Inc. while
You're
you're
more
at it?
Because we're
fantasizing
talking-
about it. I'm just telling you.
Because
about
we're talking about fucking sex robots, and I'm like, well, if anybody's gonna be a sex robot, why not? May as well be Rosie. She may as well be the prototype sexy robot.
You know what was so fucked
it. I
up?
think she was.
I think
that
she
the
was.
fucked up part.
Is
You
in
know
that-
how many fucking teenagers could have been just sitting there, just like they're getting excited looking at fucking Rosie.
Just thinking. Well, no,
Weird
just
time
to-
back
just,
in the '60s, bro.
Just
I like
like
looking at the
imagine,
teenage robot.
you're like, imagine you're
Oh
like.
shit.
Never mind. Let me not take you into the age of the person that you would be. But imagine you just discovered masturbation, because we won't make a literal child porno on the fucking air. But and you're sitting there watching the TV, and you've jerked off so many times you're bored with it, and you're like, if I was, it's the '70s. If I can't fuck Judy Jetson, I'll have Rosie jerk me off because she's not even a human. She can't say no.
Oh my God.
And then you can't talk to your parents about sex because it's the '70s, and that's how all this fucked up robot porn gets started.
It's like the Japanese with the tentacle porn.
Yeah,
they're
it's just
repressed
something
in their
repressed.
natural day.
Something
So
repressed
much
caused
that
that.
sexually they have to fucking release those demons somewhere. That pent up, whatever it is that they hold down all day.
I think that's in like some old school Japanese art. It's some tentacles and some vagina. I'm pretty sure that's
Really?
a long-standing thing.
What?
It might just be naked women with octopuses,
I
but
mean,
I'm
like,
pretty sure it's tentacles and
also
vaginas.
the
Isn't there
aggressiveness too,
famous
man.
Piece of
Yeah.
pottery
Like
that
the
has a
fucking
fucking
animes
like a
where it'll have a
Cthulhu?
big ass tentacle ripping through a chick or something.
That's basically the same.
I mean,
thing.
I don't think that they took it that far.
Well, yeah, they did though.
They did have that
videos
one
exist.
story about the chick that shows up with the UFO with the disembodied head in a box, and then she leaves.
What?
What about a dick in a box?
They did that in Game of Thrones. They cut a dude's dick off and sent it to his dad and his sister.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Was that a way of telling them to go fuck themselves?
How were they
Basically.
supposed to? I mean, I guess they sent a letter, but like,
But with a dick.
Ravens.
They know what their son's dick looks like.
that's what
Don't you say they're not good parents.
That's what I'm
That's our son's penis!
I'd recognize that freckle anyway.
I know the penis anywhere. That's my boy.
Those
That's
are
my
the
boy's
exact
dick.
number of ball wrinkles that Johnny had.
He always had that left ball that was about a half inch bigger than the right ball.
You always got one that dangles lower.
Was it?
Yeah, his was the left. I'll
Was
never
it just
forget
the
it.
cock or the balls?
Billy's was the left.
It was just the cock, I guess. I mean, it didn't show it.
I mean, you would have to cut a lot of shit out to send a full cock and balls,
Did
and
they
not
carve-
just have
Yeah.
like two balls hanging out of a
Do
sack.
you think they carved
sew it back
the
up?
balls would fall out of the sack and
Like,
it
he
would
wouldn't
fuck
be
the gift up. It
identifiable
wouldn't
as a
look
full
neat.
dick. Yeah.
Do you think they carved like a zodiac type cipher on the cock when they sent it?
No, I don't think they did. I think that's the most fucked up shit I've ever heard. But I don't think they did that.
I think they maybe used it as a door stopper for a while.
Boy, that'd be something to send to the police if you're trying to fuck with them.
Do you think it was one of those ones, since it's a door stopper, do you think it was one of those ones where when you pull it to the side and you let go, it goes...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't
Oh,
like thinking of a
Like the
dick
cat
hitting the
fucks
door,
with
though.
it late at night while you're trying to sleep.
Oh, God. No.
Don't let the
Your
cat
foot
fuck
hits
with
it
it.
when you walk through to pee at 3 a.m.
Oh shit, you're sweeping the floors and you're just like, God damn it. The entire fucking house is lit up with the sound of that fucking cock.
It would start.
That cock ruffling in the wind.
Cock? No, don't have a cock ruffling in the wind, sir.
Like, you know, you just hollow it out. It's like a windsock.
Put that bird down. Put that bird down.
Did people
bird
actually
down.
communicate with birds? Like, did people actually send letter by bird?
Well, whenever
Yeah.
I was a Navy SEAL,
Jesse, please, I'm trying to get a solid answer on this. Trying to learn something here, Jesse. I'll let you speak in a moment,
he's
Jesse.
he's
Oh,
speaking from
fuck, there's two of
experience.
them.
yes,
God
listen to
damn
him.
it.
Experience.
I'm speaking from experience. Listen to the man.
When we were in the Frogmen together as the
Frogmen.
same person, we would use carrier pigeons.
Carriers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And sometimes you would have to send the carrier pigeon in to decode the bomb. And that was difficult, you know. That was difficult because you had to rely on somebody with literal bird brains. But it showed you that everybody has their place in the world of combat. You know, and that's why I support women in the military.
Why, Jesse, let me ask you, why do you always turn this into talking about something that, you know, your agenda or something? Like,
Now hold on, you're changing the subject.
Like,
Yeah,
this
we were
format
talking
is,
about one specific thing.
We were talking
format
about
is
being
like-
frogmen and sending in birds
Pigeons
to,
and frogs
and deactivating
and
bombs.
walruses and all kinds of things that go in the water. Like
Yes.
pigeons.
Pigeons go in
pigeons
the
are
water.
the last thing I would think about going into the water. I would think
Well,
about
then
a
you
lot of
haven't
things.
thought a lot about your servicemen, and you need to really reconsider your position on any political ideology until you think about the veterans first.
Yes, I really think you need to step back and reevaluate your opinions on everything.
Look at the Federal Reserve. I'm not saying that there's a global conspiracy, but you need to look at the
facts.
documents that lead to the people who fund the things that I think are going on.
Look at the facts. Look at what I'm presenting. Aren't you paying attention?
I'm going to vote for him if he runs third party.
Now look, when we sent those bird brains out, it was lucky that they had Jesse the Mind Ventura out there.
You're right.
Guiding those frogmen.
Listen, they were lucky. You're right.
Cerveza, sí.
Sí,
senor,
Yes.
cerveza.
Smile.
Yes.
Smiles, yes, it's all you need to know in Mexico.
Beer.
Sí.
No, I don't drink beer, but all you do is you say it, and they just smile at you, and you have a good day.
Anybody
in Mexico, say it to
Anybody.
little
Yeah.
girls. They're always drunk in Mexico.
What about grandmas? Are they drunk?
Absolutely.
Yes, they're all brown, aren't they? Listen, the man has a
Jesse.
heart and soul.
Don't you
Man
think
has
we
a heart
should?
and soul that is fueled with cerveza, and you say cerveza and you get a smile.
And don't you think we should open up the reinvestigation on 9/11?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Inside job.
It was an insider's job.
Oh, my
Look at it doesn't burn that at that temperature.
I'll tell
Look
you
at the
something,
documents.
we have audio recording of them saying that they're going to
Jesse's-
pull
Jesse's.
Tower 7.
Tower 7.
Jesse's.
Jesse the Mind is telling you this.
Jesse.
Alex Jones is a credible source. Listen. Hey,
I don't agree with everything the man says, but I will say
I do respect
that
him.
he really is looking
my
at the
God.
evidence and drawing his own conclusion. He's a free thinker,
Hell.
and I think everybody needs to be a free thinker.
Absolutely. He very much carves his own path and beats to his own drum.
Yeah, hey guys. Hey Jesse's.
Yes.
You guys think you could
Yes.
take on Brock Lesnar in a handicap match?
I'll tell you one thing.
Two Jesse
Brock
Venturas
Lesnar,
versus
together.
Brock
If I
Lesnar?
was
Yeah.
the Booker
think
man,
so.
if I was the Booker man, then Brock Lesnar wouldn't have made 2 dimes because he's not entertaining.
All he is
Man,
is
couldn't you have just answered the question?
all he is a muscled up meathead. There's no
All he has
substance.
is a body.
It's just a body.
I am the body.
And I was the body. Jesse the body Ventura.
And I just think that, and that stool pigeon Hulk Hogan who ratted me out when I tried to unionize the boys back.
I
in the
can't
day.
believe that a bald Brittany touching
The other
son of a
Jesse
bitch.
is having a stroke, but it's okay. There are 2 sides to Jesse Ventura.
Yes.
One of them takes over, and then we overcome the hemorrhage, and we go back into talking about the frogmen.
The frog.
Oh my God.
Have you ever been waterboarded?
Jesse.
I have been. It's not torture. It's enhanced interrogation.
How would you like to be waterboarded?
Did you
Wait,
enjoy
that's
it?
the wrong opinion. Jesse Ventura says if you wouldn't do it to a criminal, then why do you do it to a terrorist?
I'm right.
I'm right either way. I'm Jesse the body,
Jesse the mind.
the soul.
Hey.
Jesse the soul Ventura.
Guess
Jesse
what?
the spirit.
Hey Jesse. Hey Jesse. You're wrong, Jesse's.
Both of
You're
you.
wrong. Both of you are wrong.
Well, Jesse was a friend.
Well, let me ask you a question.
What? What? What's the question?
Why are you feeling emotionally vulnerable when I
God damn it, I'm tired of not being included in the goddamn conversation. These fucking demons are coming out here, ripping the souls out of people. I'm ready to eat my neighbor. Are you ready to eat your neighbor, Jesse?
Alex, yes, absolutely. Let's eat our lizard friend people. They
I'm not
are.
friends with the goddamn lizard, Jesse.
Let's go to the bunker and eat the citizens down there that could, so we can consume their lizard
All right, I'm
flesh.
getting pissed.
You guys are scared
I've
me.
been pissed.
Scared me a little right now, honestly.
I've been pissed, Alex.
It's all right, I'm cool.
Are you
That's where
sure?
the cheerleaders wanted to be choked out.
Have you taken any of your own supplements
what the
today,
fuck are you
Alex?
on, Alex?
Alex, have you
How
taken?
can the cheerleaders get choked out? What the fuck did you just say?
That's a real Alex Jones quote.
What?
He's been taking some of
You
his
watched
stuff
the
on
Alex
Brain
Jones
Fight.
fucking podcast, the Joe Rogan thing where he had Alex Jones on?
He said that on there.
Yeah, when he tried to get Eddie Bravo to choke him out, man. Do you not remember that?
Oh my God, yes, I remember that.
Well,
And, he was,
Eddie Bravo
and Joe
choking him
Rogan
out.
was like, what kind of middle school did you fucking go to where the cheerleaders were wanting to be choked out?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to be choked out.
Yeah.
No,
that's
they
good.
wanted to be choked out. The football players did too. Like a DMT trip.
What?
That's what he said. It's like he said it was like a DMT trip.
Alex,
Man, the rabbit hole of Watts could just
I
go
can't
on
contort
all
my
day when
voice
you're talking
anymore.
about Alex Jones talking. It's just like a deep cavern of like understanding that you can never completely piece together. Alex Jones's rambles.
Dude, I
are
pieced
just,
it together so long ago. I understand Alex Jones now, and he's right 90% of the time.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, he's insane though. I
No,
mean,
he's finding government documents and hunting them down and actually reading them, and they're doing some pretty shady shit.
I mean, hey man, if it's anything that's real, I
Dude,
mean,
we
I'm
created
down to support
we're
him on.
creating human-animal hybrids. That's a
Yeah.
real thing.
I
That's
mean-
not just something he said.
Okay, so what's like? Tell me what's so bad about a human-animal hybrid?
Is because we're basically condemning human DNA, a living organism with human DNA, to subservience, making a slave. That's why it's bad. It's the spirit of a human that's being dominated by a fucking evil organization that wants to rape and pillage and take away your children, because Jeffrey Epstein was part of that fucking evil organization, and don't think they're not involved with the sex trafficking bullshit.
What?
Listen here,
They're
I'm
the
Alex
ones
Jones.
they're the ones involved in that, like testing the human-animal hybrid.
Have
I
you
do
not
feel
seen
like there's
all the
something
pictures of
inherently wrong with that.
Jeffrey Epstein with
Creating a
scientists?
being like that.
I do as well, because it
Yeah.
seems like if it's conscious, it would be in suffering
wrong.
of some form. Yeah.
We're not creating them. It's a very loose definition, but if we start playing with that line and we start playing God and we start making organisms that, I mean, what are the boundaries on that? Who regulates that?
Yeah. I mean, that's mouths to feed too, honestly.
Dude, the start of it was when the fucking Japanese people organized that, not organized, what was it? They, what's it called? Where you manipulate genes. They,
oh, I know what you manipulate, genes. I fuck these nuts.
they made it shoot silk out of its titties, man.
Manipulate these nuts out of these genes.
They made it squirt nipple silk.
What the fuck? Nipple seal.
They made it squirt like spider silk out of its nipples. They could milk this goat for silk. Or it was
What?
a sheep or something, and that was where the rapid gene editing, like, fucking revolution took off.
Man, I wouldn't want to be caught in a goat's web.
Wait, so why is that not being continued today? Like what?
Because it was some crazy experiment, and we're not too enthused about cloning as a species, let alone any one culture. I mean, I don't think anybody really is cool with cloning, except for, I mean, maybe this fucking stupid-ass country would do it now.
I'm gonna
Fucking
clone
crazy.
Brock.
Who knows, man? Yeah, for real.
Dude, if we clone anybody, we should clone him, and everybody on the fucking planet should have an equal number of Brocks, and it's just all about, oh, you're talking about Brock.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I thought
Brock.
you meant Brock Lesnar, and I was going to
Lesnar.
say, and we'll just send them into combat against each
Yes,
other, and that'll be
yeah.
the world's armies.
An army of Brocks.
Oh no, dude, that would be too cool because they would get world peace, and then the anger of the nations wouldn't be satisfied. We need blood sport.
The Brock Brigade. Can we have the Brock Brigade, please?
The Brock Brigade.
Yes.
I
Dude.
think we should have roaming Brock Lesnar gangs in every town to
thought you were
keep
gonna say
intruders
Roman
out.
Reigns.
Yeah.
What Roman
But
Reigns?
if everyone had a Brock Lesnar, then
It would just be all down to what you feed them and what you
He's
inject
terrifying
them.
because
Dude,
he
what
goes
you
down to
feed
fight
him?
also.
You can
Did you
inject
say
them
to
with
keep-
steroids. Your town's Brock,
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar doesn't
You know?
do steroids.
I mean, he can if he's protecting my town. I'll support it.
Did you say to keep the noobs out?
What? No. I don't know what I said, but
Brock
it wasn't to keep the
some-
noobs
I
out.
thought it was to keep the noobs out.
Can
And I
he
was
ever-
like,
Brock
what?
Lesnar is
out.
gonna pwn those losers.
Can he
dude.
have a legion of like fucking weeaboos to guard him, like
Epic.
sacrificial weeaboos that he can throw in his path to defend
Well,
himself?
I
Use
mean,
of his
technically, he
projectile.
has to have those because he eats those.
Well, yeah, that's what Brock Lesnar. He feasts on weeaboos to survive.
That's how their moms keep them inside.
Now don't
Brock
go outside.
Lesnar's out
Brock's
there.
outside. If you go outside, Brock Lesnar will eat your heart. Stay inside, stay inside, you little weeaboo. Don't go out, mommy loves you.
Oh my
You want a
god.
hot
He's
pocket?
got
monster.
back toes.
Oh my god, now just imagine the kid like goes to bed and like he sees
The kid,
him
he's
out
like a 30-year-old man.
Oh, well, whatever. Fuck, he goes to bed in his mom's house. And he looks out the window and he sees Brock Lesnar salivating outside the window.
yeah.
I don't
And he
know why.
always salivate. He's always wet. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
that.
he like fucking sweats Crisco.
I don't know if it's him or Shane.
That's how you
One of them
notice
is
him. The
sweatiest
window
man
is
in
all
the
steamed
WWE.
up,
But he's
and you
super
wipe away
nice.
the steam.
His nipples
But
are
there's
like
a-
fucking leaking like hard. He's just salivating. His nipples are salivating.
He's
Wow.
one of those men that can not menstruate.
He salivate out of his nipples.
What's it called where you make
Lactate.
Lactate.
But
yeah.
he's really nice to your mom, and eventually she softens up.
Oh
So,
my!
and
No, he's
so,
Yeah,
oh shit,
my
he's like
God.
a Dracula for weeaboos.
Oh my God! He has
Because
to
you
be
have
let
to,
in.
he has to be
Yeah.
let in.
and he charms the
Well, they had to
parents.
change out the doors.
And instead of drinking your blood, he gets your
arm,
arm.
boy.
He tears your limbs off one by one and drinks the blood out of them.
He's
Wow.
a respectable farm boy. He has to be in
Yeah.
Batman because he's
He,
respectable.
he says,
yeah.
"Hello, ma'am. I sure would like to work on your farm."
I sure would like to work on your farm.
Mick Foley, is that you?
That was more Mick Foley than Brock
Yeah,
Lesnar.
it was.
Well,
I feel like that's how Brock Lesnar sounds when he screams from really far away with no microphone though. He's trying to get loud, but it just squeaks
Yeah.
because he doesn't have a booming voice at all.
No,
No.
not at all.
he's one of those guys. He has a really unfortunate voice.
Like I said, man, if anybody needed a mouthpiece,
He needs a new voice in general.
no, Paul Heyman. That's the voice.
I mean, like he
The
just
voice-
needs
the
a new
voices.
voice in his voice box.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
How is
He
that,
needs
Oh
a
my
new-
God.
how is
Oh my
that not a
God.
surgery that happens?
What?
He's got that because that's fucking intricate work, and we're fucking idiots.
Well, sure, but I'm just saying.
Oh
How is
yes,
that
let's
not something
attach
somebody's tried?
Mike Tyson's voice on Brock Lesnar. Sure, let's do that. What? Let's swap their voices.
I
with
feel
each
like
other.
it makes sense. They
like
should
to
have
voice
voices.
swap?
Well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just
Let's-
saying do something to adjust the way your voice sounds.
Or put
Yeah.
Gilbert Godfrey's voice
It's
on Brock
not
Lesnar.
guitar strings.
I think it's
so much different.
I'm not
than that.
saying. I'm not saying I know how to do it. I'm saying
I'm saying it's almost
hypothetically.
impossible to do it.
I was gonna say
You're not-
I'm a
Tentacle.
doctor.
I was gonna say maybe
Fair enough.
maybe because it's dangerous though. That's the reason it's not a thing.
Oh, sure, it's dangerous.
You know
Yeah,
what I
because
mean?
Yeah.
that's the main
Like-
reason why it's not doable is because anytime you fuck with somebody's vocal cords, they can't talk after.
Yeah, it's at risk. And like
Talk
some
afterwards.
plastic surgeons, if you're ethical, you'll turn people away who
Yeah, you
you
would
feel
think.
like are going too far.
Well,
you
dude,
know?
they won't give you like corrective neck surgery for severe pain a lot of the time if they have to go in through the front because you can fuck up the voice. It's like 50% of the cases the vocal cords get fucked up.
Mm.
Yeah, it's like if you go in there, you might fuck it up, you might not fuck it up. It's 50-50.
Yeah. And that would be horrible, man. Honestly, like having your voice taken away from you would be tragic.
Or imagine it being radically altered.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah, having to get used to a new voice you have, that would be horrible.
And if you're doing podcasting or something like this, or radio, or you're a musician or a comedian or any kind of thing where you have to talk for a living, you're fucked.
there is if people have deviated septums and stuff, you could get
Yeah.
that fixed, but that's coming from your nose. Like a lot of
Yeah.
weird voice problems that you would get fixed probably stem from your nose.
Sure. Like
Mm-hmm.
the palates or whatever.
Yeah, cleft palates.
Have you guys know Slavoj Žižek?
No, it's the first time hearing it.
He's a communist philosopher, but he's so fucking annoying to listen to because he's got some kind of a fucking palate issue, and he talks with this pronounced in his voice,
Yeah,
and he's constantly going
ugh.
and rubbing his nose like every fifth word he said, and so he talks about the Communist Party.
Maybe he's just on cocaine.
No, he's so fucking. There's no way he's on cocaine because it takes him 7 years to get a point out, and you'd make 7 points in a half a second if you were on cocaine. But he's got some kind of fucked up. He grew up in a communist country. I'm surprised he's still a communist.
He seems incoherent in a variety of different ways.
There's a lot of different reasons why he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And that's the only leftist that's ever debated Jordan Peterson that ever had the balls to come out and talk to him.
What? I don't know.
The debates where Jordan Peterson was like, no leftist will fucking debate me, and then they had the debate between him and Slavoj Žižek, and it was finally somebody from the left was willing to come and sit down and have one with him.
Now, how did it go?
Well, you couldn't understand a fucking word Slavoj Žižek said
But
because
did
he's
that-
got a fucking terrible speech impediment and a weird nose.
Did they accomplish anything worse?
They had a civil debate, which is good. I mean, they really don't agree with each other at all.
Yeah.
But they had a civil debate and they didn't treat it like a fucking fight.
I wish I could
Like a lot
remember.
of religious debates I've seen in my life.
I wish I would have watched this so we could have talked about it more, but I did put it in my watch later after watching about 5 minutes of it. It was like a scientist speaking to like a spiritualist or something. It was like some, but it was really interesting. Like,
Was it a physicist?
I don't know.
There's a lot of hokum with spiritual, New Age spirituality, like what's the guy's name? He's famous for being like a super New Age spiritualist. He's I think he's from the Middle East. Maybe I don't know what his fucking name is or who he is. He's Sam Harris despises this guy, and it's because he's using quantum physics because it's so hard to understand to trick people into thinking that there's a quantum explanation for spirituality, that there's a proof of a soul. Or
that's a little weird. I don't think there would. I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends what you would consider your soul. You know, like.
But it's specifically misusing information because people don't really understand what quantum theory is or what quantum physics is, or
for sure. So you can
you can play around with those
hold
words
that above your head
and say words like resonance.
And make people believe your point is correct and that you're talking facts when really it's just nonsense.
Exactly.
I mean, I think another rumor is like the 21 grams or something. Like when a body like dies or a person dies.
The lost weight, the weight of the soul.
Yeah. They say it's 21 grams. You're 21 grams lighter, and like that's the weight of the soul. But it's like, I mean, come on now. Like,
well, you secrete methane after you die. And methane isn't methane heavier than oxygen?
I think so. I believe so.
I think methane's heavier than oxygen.
Yeah. So even if the body does like get lighter, it's not because of a soul. It's likely due to something.
Well, if there is a soul, you can't prove that it's there because it's not in your body. It's using your body.
Yeah.
You can't prove that it's heavy, but I can prove something that's been laying heavy on my fucking soul. That's been bothering the fuck out of me.
You going chicken hunting?
No, I ain't going chicken hunting, but I am going hunting for an answer out of you, Gunboi.
Right.
We're close to the end of this show, right? And I really have a question for you. 2 episodes or 3 episodes ago, you referenced something about a sheriff, and you never elaborated on what you're talking about. And I sure very much I would like whatever this is that you're going on about. And for anyone who may not have heard, if you don't mind to elaborate, please. I would like to know what's up.
I won't get into any kind of specifics or anything at all. But I'll tell a story. I went out and I was in a distant land seeking recreation. And I ran into a sheriff. And it scared the shit out of me. And it scared me so bad that I froze up and stopped and talked to him. And I asked him, I said, hey, what's going on? And he said, oh, nothing, mate. We're just out here because we heard there was a car that had got abandoned and we were looking for the owner of it. And it's been here for a couple of days now. And I said, Lord, when I saw a sheriff's vehicle out here, it scared me. You know, when it's up in these hollers, you worry about these old folks.
Oh.
And I went on, and I went straight and found my recreation. And my host was lovely enough to give me a can of very, very cold Coke. And I've had Pepsi recently, and that's what I've been drinking for the most part. But when I got that can of Coke, just the fact that it wasn't so sweet, you know what I mean? It got me over that. I had a panic attack, and I ran out of there, and I didn't provide no service for my recreation. And they were kind enough to allow me to visit a day later.
Well, that's good of them.
Yeah, it's a good ending.
Wonderful fucking people. They let me smoke a cigarette in their house. You know how fucking rare that is?
That is rare.
Yeah. Like, I feel like cigarettes are less accepted than marijuana now.
I would agree with that.
I mean, can you imagine if after removing public smoking, they added it back in some places? I think I'll probably be weirded out now to go into a restaurant and have people
really
smoking.
weird.
I would rather places not have. I would rather places be
Damn,
non-smoking.
guys, y'all want to pussy ass world. I want smoking back in all diners. I want all diners to have smoking.
I just think it should be up to the restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause, I
at
mean-
the end of the day, yeah.
I want to
Also-
walk into a Huddle House and put a cigarette out in an omelet.
For me personally, I feel weird smoking
fuck?
around people that aren't smoking.
Do what?
I feel weird smoking around people that aren't smoking.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, they try to make a smoking section, but it's like not really a section. You know, smoke
It
floats.
was in Ponderosa, by God. They had that shit cornered off.
Well, Ponderosa's gone now, and honestly, good riddance.
I can
Yeah,
remember
I know,
Dairy
man.
Queen having like
Mom
a
was like,
glass
"Oh no,
on
such and
section.
such closed down." And I was like, "What closed down?" And she was like, "Ponderosa." And I was like, "Oh, I mean that sucks for the people that work there, but I'm not missing out on any great cuisine."
Nothing of
Ponderosa.
importance
I
was
don't know that
lost.
I've ever been to Ponderosa.
Just, I feel like a lot of people didn't give
Is it like
shit
a steak
where
buffet
it was
type
right
thing?
now.
I mean, I
Yeah,
think
It's just not good.
it's like
It was better when
Golden
I was a little
Corral.
kid.
Yeah, okay.
And I mean, like, buffets can be good, but it all depends on, like, how the food is handled,
when
and,
you,
like, the workers.
when you were there, who was working that
Honestly,
day?
the
Yeah.
only
Not
good
disparaging
buffet out
anybody
there
that
was
was
they gave
working,
a
I
shit.
don't even think. I think that it might have just been a supplier thing because sometimes you cut costs and shit. And I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe that's not even nothing to do with it, but I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know,
honestly,
yeah.
man, some restaurants are just a wreck. Like,
Yeah.
I think there's
Reno's
no
was a
management
wreck.
at all.
And the only type of like Americanized buffet I could handle was Ryan's.
I
That's
like
the only
Ryan's.
place I ever
Never had
found that I
Like
enjoyed.
Ryan's.
I did
I
not
love
like Ponderosa
buffets.
that much. Hey, the best buffets, in my opinion, are Chinese buffets.
Yeah, I
Period,
agree.
hands down.
Yeah.
End of story.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I don't much care for buffets other than Chinese because it's just, to me, like most of the time you sacrifice so much flavor just to have abundance, and I would just rather have a fucking good piece of fried
Yeah,
chicken and a good ass buttery roll.
And fucking
Have you
Pizza
been-
Hut's buffet can go fuck itself.
Fuck their salads, man.
Yeah,
Their,
for
their lettuce
real.
is brown.
What?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people that like their salad.
Yeah, they used to, and then the lettuce got brown.
Who's?
Food
Pizza
City?
Hut.
Pizza Hut, I meant.
Food City.
Fuck Food City.
thing.
I love
Brown
Food
ass
City.
lettuce.
I love Food City.
Food City
the
is
shit.
more expensive, it seems like to me.
It is
Oh,
if you
yeah.
don't have a value card.
I love Food City, man.
And
That's
if you
my
buy their
go-to.
brands, it's cheaper.
Why is it your go-to?
That's
They have
the
more
thing with a lot of
selection.
stuff, I guess.
I have a value card.
A lot of places.
They have a Starbucks now.
I don't give a shit about
Food City.
Starbucks.
Inside the Food City?
Yeah. I
That's
think they
strange.
did it as a move to like bring more people into Food City, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Which
Like you're getting coffee, right?
yeah, and it gets a lot of people too.
I'm sure.
Like-
I'm sure it would.
I just wish it had a drive-through. You know, a drive-through Starbucks would be nice.
Yeah, but then you wouldn't walk into their grocery store that's failing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So thanks, Food City, for fucking up the Starbucks experience.
And the thing is, they've got that deli too, so I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Food City kind of turns into like a hot spot for people to go and eat after work and stuff.
Honestly, I was trying to find our power went out here. I was trying to find a place to do homework. I was like, I'm about to go to Food City and sit down and break out a laptop, but I can't be that guy. I can't be
goes
the
to
guy.
Starbucks with your laptop.
Yeah, I'd be creepy
Yeah.
as hell.
I've done it in Huddle House before.
See,
But
man,
Huddle
I
House,
wish I had the
anything
confidence
can
to
happen
do
at
it.
Huddle House.
Yeah, that's true.
People can blow me. It's none of their business what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
mean-
really, if I was at a Huddle House and some guy was on his computer, I wouldn't give a shit.
Yeah. I wouldn't
I wouldn't
either.
give a shit if
Yeah.
anybody was
I'd
on
rather
the
them be on their
computer.
laptop than have some kids screaming at the top of their lungs the entirety of their time
Yeah.
there.
I'm there to clog arteries, not.
I do
Right,
think if
yeah.
you're sitting in an actual Starbucks in the middle of the day with a laptop that's Apple and you're fucking typing in a Word document, you're
You fit
trying
in.
way too hard. Trying way too hard to fit
Someone
this
see me.
Starbucks stereotype.
And someone please look at me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something about like
I'm networking.
maybe there's something about the ambience of like having something going on around you and like
I think
getting
there
work done.
is,
Yeah.
but people have made it seem shitty because of the whole thing.
Yeah, of course. People make everything seem shitty. People ruin everything.
Humans ruin
Think
everything.
of Starbucks as like the entitled West Coast piece of
I
shit.
feel like it's more fun with a local coffee shop than a Starbucks, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
I definitely like local coffee shops more. I don't know
Yeah.
that anything local around here is going to have a good Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I don't think that's the point. Well, yeah, I guess if you were talking about working.
Yeah.
I was just talking about going, I guess, and
Man,
sitting there.
I feel sorry for all the internet cafes that probably cropped up around the time the internet was on the come up.
Damn,
Yeah.
some places, some restaurants or coffee shops, whatever, I guess, can live and die by their service, internet-wise.
Yeah.
That's sad.
One time at a coffee shop, they used to have these little study rooms.
Mm.
Yeah, it was called Shades of Brown.
That's awesome, man.
But they had these study rooms, and they were set up like there was furniture and different things in there, but there was a little box that had a thing where you could sign it, and so many different people had signed it. And I found it one day. It was kind of fun.
Man, I do think there is something to like a good coffee shop experience. I would love to have a place where I could go and feel comfortable,
Yeah.
like have my own little space like that and sip some
It is
coffee,
kinda
man.
nice.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about it. I think of coffee as like an experience. It's something like that makes me feel comfortable. You know,
It's
just
a
having a
social
warm.
thing.
Coffee is an orgasm.
Fuck you, Jesse.
It's an orgasm to my taste buds.
It's a drug.
It's
Yeah,
what me
it
and the
is. That's
it's
another
what me
thing,
and the
too.
frogmen would
We all
drink.
go and consume
Before we would-
drugs together.
We
at
would
coffee
dive in the
shops.
sea. Me and the rest of the seals.
They weren't seals. They were frogmen.
Frogmen, SEAL Team 6. Whatever.
Don't talk about that. We weren't supposed to say anything about Bin Laden.
You
You did that, other Jesse.
Yeah.
He said the name of the damn team.
Yeah, but
I'm
you
sorry.
said the name. You said the actual name.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
made that connection.
Everybody knew what he meant.
No.
That's like whenever you're like
Well,
making
goddamn it, we'll
a
just
prank
snip
call
it
to
out.
a guy and you're like posting it to YouTube and you're like, don't call him. This is his number, but like don't call him and harass him, guys. You know, it's like, come on, you're asking for people to go. You just mentioned it, and now
Yeah.
that you made them think of it, and now they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
well, I got
Are you
something.
thinking about the anthrax from earlier?
No.
I know what he was thinking about, and I can see it right in his beady little shitty eyes.
Jesse.
What?
They're
I-
your shitty eyes, Jesse.
My shitty
They're
eyes.
your shitty
Oh
eyes.
fuck.
My shitty eyes.
about
Your.
Looking into your own damn little beady shitty eyes, Jesse.
How's it feel to
We're the
look into?
same body. We're the bodies.
Well,
of
you're
the
looking into the
minds.
mind, bitch. I'm gonna toast your ass with my fist of justice.
Jesse's. You
What?
guys want to fight it out, man?
Yeah.
Because we're
Yeah,
about to wrap this
that's
up.
a good
and,
situation.
we gotta
Wait.
come to a
Wait,
halt here.
Cerveza?
Cerveza. See.
See. All right, we
Cerveza.
figured it out. Cerveza.
Cerveza. See.
See, yeah.
See, yeah.
Together through beer to Jesse Ventura.
No, I don't drink, but when you say cerveza, you get a smile and a nod.
There
A
you go.
smile and a nod.
And that's what we give you, folks. A smile and a nod.
A smile and a nod.
You know what I
Cerveza.
give the audience?
What?
These nuts.
That's nice.
These.
After that, if Jimmy got you with these nuts, like our video or review it positively on whatever associated
Damn,
programs
King,
you're
you
viewing
milked them
on.
negative reviews.
Milked them? What do you mean?
Milked them. You said review
Milked
it
'em.
positively, and now
Hey.
they're gonna be like, "Damn, man, this was sucky," because they told me
Hey,
it was good.
hey, man. I'm just saying, don't even bother if you don't like it. Why waste your time, you know? Why waste your
It's
time
kind of
spitting out a
flattering.
bad
It's
review?
kind of flattering. Really.
Actually, if you have
If you-
constructive
if you-
criticism, go ahead.
yeah, that too.
If you hate me, tell me. I want to hear it.
Listen, just give honest
get off on
feedback.
it.
Shit. I'm trying to grow here and learn how to do that like thing because I fucked it up when me and Gunner were doing it. I'm not good at like wrapping it up.
If
and
you're
being
really
like,
great, you ain't gotta beg for it.
Yeah. It feels wrong trying to sell it, you know?
New episodes of Braincake every Thursdays at 9 a.m. drops on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Anchor, among other streaming outlets. And new Braincake
Spotify.
leftovers every Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. on those same
YouTube.
aforementioned outlets. Please seek them out. We aren't trying to sell this. We're not prostitutes.
Jimmy's much better at that than I am. See ya, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you.
Suck.